Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
Back to talk our favorite show. It is Love Island USA. This is Season 7, Episode 31, the Monday, July 7th episode. Make sure you like and subscribe here, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all your Love Island coverage, your Bachelor Nation coverage, your Netflix coverage, your Bravo coverage, anything and everything in between reality TV. Follow us. We're covering it. Brian, this is the official dog days of Love Island USA. This was the worst episode of the season. This was the most boring episode of the season, Brian. This was a baby challenge. This was a high school class project. This literally got into minute like 30 something, and they still had the babies. The challenge just ends with them getting a text being like, oh, by the way, you won. That's it. And it meant nothing. Taylor and her got nothing for winning it. They go and do the very, 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 very end of the episode. Oh, the hideaway is open. And they send Brian and Amaya. Again, not anti them, but that's it. This whole episode.
Yeah, the baby challenge. I mean, now that we're both dads, I mean, I guess not that I cared about it before, but like now I'm watching it and they're like, man, this is so like this season they weren't usually like this is so tough. I think they need to raise the stakes. Like wake them up at 3. Don't wake them up when at 8. Wake them up at 3. Make them work a little bit.
No, make them put the kid, like work the kid for 45 minutes, put him down, and 3 minutes later they're back up and pissed off again, right? Yeah. Like that's the type of stuff like I just did. I literally, it is 10:22. My kid was awake 6 minutes ago. He went to sleep 3.5 hours ago. I've been with him 4 different times, right? It's like that's the kind of crap. Then have each other stare at each other as like death stares of who's going next, and then have a score kept and remember how many times you went up in the last week and remember who did the dishes, right? Like that's just that. What is this crap? They're not even drinking. It's like, it's like it'd be a parent have to decide, man, can I get a little drunk tonight? Or like, am I gonna have to pay for it too much tomorrow? Like where the F's all that?
Yeah, that's when sleep is your biggest currency. That's why I think they need to wake them up early. Like they need to be tired the entire day because even if it's never that smooth. But like that's never gonna happen. I mean, it's a show, but I mean, this is what
over real children for 12 hours.
Oh yeah, I mean, the twins won, man, too. Like they got twins. They should none of that. It should never be easy. Like it shouldn't. But they're the good times and the bad times. I mean, everyone who's watching has kids. You know how it is. And like I think like Huda, like I'll give her a little credit. Like she knows what it's like. So like
yeah. Well, and Nick, just, I think Nick's got a kid too, right?
What's that?
Doesn't Nick have a kid too?
No, he was saying some shit about he wanted to adopt one.
Because they were like saying it made sense that maybe like he did well too. Like
he didn't win. What's the judge? I mean, that's the thing. Like the challenge, honestly, like good for Amaya and Brian, but Taylor and Clark won the challenge. They should go to the hideaway. And also the hideaway. This is the first time I feel like I think it's been open the entire season. Like this, I mean, just they're not doing anything right on this season. Like they used to open like 4 or 5 times a season.
Dude, no one gets eliminated anymore. No one goes to the hideaway anymore. Like there should be no movie night for this season.
Because also, man, I think because people were so willy nilly about having sex in front of everybody. It used to like people wouldn't do that. So they like that's the whole. Oh, I want to go to highway because I want to have sex, and like stuff like that. And then now just people just do it. So I guess times are changing, but normally it's not like that.
We don't need an episode with literally no stakes on episode 31. When we had a vote last night, why couldn't the vote have gotten announced tonight even then, Brian, right? Like, and I don't, it's not like it's the voting is still open. If the voting was still, you know what I mean? Like it's not still open.
I guess they need a day to fudge the numbers.
Yeah, I guess so, Brian. I don't know. They needed to do some cleaning. They needed to do all the laundry, right? Like I don't know, but like
I want to see the people sneakily bringing in the babies and not waking anybody up. I want to see that.
Make it more fun than that was. I mean, it wasn't like that. It was dreadful and like it was painful to watch, but just that this is an episode I think could have been earlier in the season and it would have made way more sense, right? Just to keep building up the people a little bit. But at this point, I got nothing out of this. And it sucks. Like it really does. I mean,
and that's I've been saying that for seasons when I cover the show. This the dog days of Love Island the last week is pretty bad. It's boring. I know some people like. I know somebody commented like I enjoy this stuff, and that's great. But I think it sucks. And it's like you said, we don't learn anything about these people. And like again, none of the relationships are real, so it doesn't matter.
There's no water cooler talk on this episode tomorrow for anybody in their group chats. Shout out to our group chats that we're in. This is not going to be on my Facebook feed. When I see locals who don't watch any other reality TV, but they watch Love Island, I see them posting and commenting about Love Island stuff. Not going to see anything about that tonight, right? And that's your indication, right? It's a little bit of a bummer. Obviously I want to find out the voting results tomorrow, but at the same time, I know it means I'm waiting for X amount of minutes tomorrow night to just get to the few minutes. And really, the stakes aren't really there anymore. They're just whittling down a few. We know who our like finalists are going to be. We already know based off of fan feedback and things.
Yeah.
That's the last thing. Where we're just waiting like 4 more days to find out who wins, basically.
Yeah, I even think like even this episode could have been a little better if they did like something like a tweet challenge where
Yep.
like they're reading, you know what I mean? Like just
Like
putting a
bad
little
things
bit of
about them. Yeah.
yeah, and not even bad things, but like, hey, who has like had sex on an airplane, or like you know when they do those early challenges at the beginning of the
Yeah.
season,
Yeah. The
like how
icebreaker.
well do you know you're the final couples? How well do you actually know each other? And like even just like the what is it called, the marriage game?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I mean, even that would have been a little more interesting than the kid one, but they do it. I mean, we've seen it before. They did it like on all they'll do it on UK, I'm sure, and it's just it is what it is.
Yeah, man. There's really no mention of the vote tonight. Really, no. The the whole Sierra stuff. Obviously, we covered a lot in our episode 30 review. So if this is your first time checking us out and you were one to get our take on Sierra, just go back here in the playlist last night's. You'll see the thumbnail and the title about it. So nothing ever happened. That was the theme of tonight's episode. Where I saw online that there was some scuttle that even when TJ didn't shoot down a comment on like a TikTok live that basically said Iris wanted to leave with him, but producers wouldn't let her. And even if that's true, one, that's annoying, but two, I guess she was glad they did because now she loves Pepe, right? It's like nothing feels permanent at all in the season. And look, I know it's Love Island. I know this isn't fairy tale and everyone leaves and stays married or gets engaged or any of that, but to feel like there's no stakes at all is tough. It's making me feel more of like a Netflixy show than my Love Island that I really appreciate.
Yeah, I mean that's it just comes back to like why I think the dates at the end don't matter, because like I don't think any of these couples matter, and I think that's the case on all of them. I mean, not that I'm saying I'm interested in that new Love Island spinoff, but like if they knew they're getting a show, wouldn't you like extend a relationship even if it wasn't great for money?
Yep, I agree. I
So I
agree.
just,
And yeah.
yeah, it's just like to me, it's kind of similar to a lot of the shows. When this show ends, these people are dead. They're like kind of dead to me. They're just we move on, and it does. They just fade in the mist.
Just think about Sierra, right? Sierra was on her way, you said, being a main character, maybe of a spinoff, or being a top 3 to 5 people of awareness out of the show and building a brand and a life and the whole thing, and gone, over, donezo, one night. Now that's again not excusing any behavior or putting anything out there. Don't type anything, even if you don't think it's offensive. Like doesn't mean other people won't, and that's not your decision to decide, right? So just you're better off just not saying stupid shit. And her whole life now, she doesn't think she's ever going to get a job or this or that, but the glamour life and the premieres and the followers and all of that is not going to be there.
Yeah, I was wondering if she'd be at the reunion or not.
Are they going to give her a platform or not to just be like, hey, like, can you all not destroy me? Or are they just going to leave her out to dry? I have a feeling they're going to leave her out to dry.
Would you be if they is on the reunion?
If there's a reunion, yeah, they may not have her.
I just think that.
Or the girl from the beginning of the season.
Oh well, I mean,
Bella.
again, Ulysses doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ulysses doesn't matter because she was never there, basically never there. But like, I mean, Sierra was there for like 20
No,
years.
I get it, bro. I get it. But they gave her one sentence and they didn't acknowledge the actual thing, and they could have, and it would have been a decent moment and an honest television moment. We got none of it. So,
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be might be the only thing I find is maybe interesting is like how that's going to play out. Will she be there or not? I don't really care what she has to say, but like what's
That
she
was
be there?
framed and presented to us as
Yeah.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was tonight. Vote tomorrow, everybody. We will be back. Different reviews, things we have going on. The Snake on Fox doing episode reviews. We're doing exit interviews. Shout out to Fox for the access to the screeners so we can do those exit interviews early. The exit interview for the cast member for episode 104 will release tomorrow night, Tuesday, July 8th. We also will be recording the review for Bachelor in Paradise tomorrow night. We'll get back to Monday night reviews once Love Island's over, but we're not double watching two different island villas at the same time. Like I mentioned, other shows, Netflix, Bravo, we got you covered. Love Island UK, Casa Amor going on. Brian, in with your daily coverage there. If you're into that series, we'd love to see you watch us over there as well. But like I mentioned, until tomorrow night, for myself and Brian and Love Island USA coverage, thank you all so much. Peace.